My story is not typical. So when I was growing up, I was labeled as learning disabled, reading comprehension issues. I was in special ed classes all through like middle school, elementary school. So this is where part of my story is just unique to most, is that at an early age, I just didn't think I didn't know if I was smart enough to do certain things. I never thought I was stupid. I think I was a young, energetic boy who just didn't care about school, and that's really all it was, and I knew that. And I just didn't do that great in school at an early age. When I was at Georgia, it was my senior year of college, would have been my senior year there. I just was like not feeling right about where I was heading. I was taking business classes, I was gonna go to business school, I was pre-business. And I remember vividly sitting in the library looking at supply and demand curves and just having this aha moment of like, this sucks, like I can't do this for the rest of my life. So when I kind of had this epiphany of I don't think business is where I'm heading, I decided just to take a couple of chemistry classes just to see if I liked it and see how it went. So I took general chemistry and got an A without even really working that hard. It was just kind of, it came easy to me. I liked the sciences. So I started thinking to myself, well, maybe I'll do something in healthcare. So I basically took a volunteering position at a hospital in Athens, Georgia, transporting patients around the hospital. And I started to kind of grow that love and inspiration for connecting with patients in that way, even though I was just taking them from ultrasound to surgery or wherever it is they were going. I started to build that connection, and I just had another aha moment where I realized, I think I'm gonna do something in healthcare. And at that point, I still don't think I believed that I could be a doctor. And so I started planning all of this out. I literally went home and was like, okay, if I'm gonna be pre-med, I'm gonna have to take these classes, this is how long it's gonna take me. I mapped the whole thing out. At that point, I'll never forget having to meet with the pre-med advisor at Georgia and kind of going in and telling him what my plan was shortly after I talked to my mom, and I'll never forget him being like, yeah, you're kind of a long shot, honestly. I don't think you're gonna make it. And I was kind of like, okay. The best way to get me to do something is to tell me that I can't do it. So I was just like, whatever, I'm still gonna take the classes, I'm not gonna worry about it. So I got lucky, in the school that I ended up getting into, I called and spoke to a girl in the admissions office, and I just kind of told her what I'm telling you. I told her my story. So I have a phone conversation with them, and 2 weeks later I got an interview. And it was the only interview I got at any medical school. And I just kind of showed up and told my story to them, just like I'm telling you right now, and I got accepted. So I ended up applying for general surgery and getting into general surgery. And while I was in the middle of my general surgery doing a lot of heavy trauma stuff in Chicago, the plastic surgery residents from Northwestern would come to us to get their trauma experience. And I met a couple guys who were like, you should really consider plastic surgery. It's a very cool field. So at that point I decided a plastic surgeon was what I wanted to be, because I watched plastic surgeons reconstruct abdominal problems from gunshot wounds and all the traumas that we took. So I kind of fell in love with plastic surgery in that way. And the rest is history, here I am. So it's kind of an interesting story. It's not a regular track record. It's not the normal story of how you became a doctor. And it just kind of happened to me is what I tell people. So that's my story.